Alright, so this will be a video on the engine removal from the frame of a rubber mounted Sportster motor. This one here happens to be a 2006, but I believe it's going to be the same for multiple years. I would say probably '04 is when they started doing it through at least probably 2012. I don't know if they've changed on more current bikes up to 15 or anything like that. But anyway, um, this is a really kind of an unconventional way. I don't think you're ever going to see this in any book or, I don't really know. But what I've done is just taken a couple of ratchet straps. You can see I've wrapped one around the motor here, up attached to this one, which goes to this huge, large support beam that's in the middle of my garage. What we're going to do is, first off, I'm going to remove the bolts from both sides here, remove the swing arm, get into this locking plate. I'll remove both these bolts uh, here and here. Those look like they're going to be Torx bits. Remove that. I'll go to the front. I'll do the same with the front. This should be one large bolt that comes through, a nut on the other side, and then the two looks like Torx bits again for that locking plate. I'll remove the isolator from this side, and this there's going to be actually another plate under there. Remove the isolator from this side, and then there should be another plate under there which has some smaller bolts in it. They're probably also going to be Torx bits. Could be Allen, I don't know. So I'll have both ready. And then pull the actual shaft out of there. The idea then at that point will be to kind of try to push this motor out towards us and more or less drop the frame out from underneath it and suspend the motor here. If you're trying to do this and you're watching this video, you already know probably the problems if you don't have the correct jacks and different things to do this. Again, this probably isn't the easiest way. I guess if you had it on a table or even the ground, supporting it some different ways. This is just going to be the way that I do it. Anyway, I'll try to just videotape everything that I do here, and I'll just edit the video down, maybe fast forward through parts, but let you know if I run anything. Alright, so basically I'm just going to start off. I have two, they're 1-inch sockets here. I got one on a breaker bar and one on my ratchet. So I will just set this down here and start going. Try to go for the same glue at the front here. On the front, oh shit, son of a bitch. That's alright. You'll also need to remove your mounts right up here for your forward controls. You'll have to remove your forward controls, obviously should be done at this point. But also there's these little wire connector deals, and they're sticking up right in the way. This one I had already flipped over. The other side I didn't. So I'll do that real quick. Now I'll just go from this side. I'll try to just break this. That's moving it. That's alright. So, just need to use, like most nuts and bolts, okay, so you got your front one out, and like I said, we'll need to remove this plate. It's a T45. Okay, just want to make sure there's tension on there just in case. So the idea again obviously is that I can push up on the frame and then I can pull up on the motor as well. So it kind of gives me sort of 2 points to work from when trying to finagle this thing out of here eventually. Okay, so right now the front of the motor is wanting to drop. So I don't really know how far it's going to want to drop. So I'm trying to kind of hesitate. It's going to do what it's going to do. So there's the isolator. Looks like there's a spacer inside of there and that outside mount. So that was in there just like that. Put everything back as it was here. And just set it aside actually. That's fine. We'll go to the back. We'll do the same with this guy. Mentioned as well that before I started doing any of this, there are 2 immobilizers that are in here. If you have the bike, you'll see that, and those both need to be removed. Basically, there's 2 bolts that go in here, 2 bolts that go in up here, and then the bolt would attach into here, and also right down here. There's an additional one up underneath. Somewhere right up under here, I can't really see. I'm not down there. But if you just look down there, that one has a little spacer, a ground wire attached to it. You're just going to want to take that whole thing off. Right now this is really like kinked up in here, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift this a bit. I'm going to drop it down a bit. Shit. Alright, so this is the part where finagling is going to start getting involved. I guess at some point I just gotta put my faith in it and go for it. Be able to get around it. And it goes. Turned out so bad actually. I think we got it off here. Make sure we're all clear. And there it is. Harley hanging motor. So I pulled off this on the other side, which you weren't probably able to see. I wasn't able to get quite this one off yet. This is the locking plate that was behind there that I was telling you about. We kind of did that a little bit of a unconventional way, but I think we served the same purpose that we were looking for. So I'm gonna get this frame up out of here.